Stop that. Stop that. Stop that.
Yeah. I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the walking. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls better tell me I'm awesome. Yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch my please use caution.
Cold like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let out the sheets. You can't go on, man, forget my peace. You take the west, I'll take on the east. I'ma put him in the cage, never let out the.
Yeah. I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man so tough, but man's keep walking. Yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls better tell me I'm awesome. Yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch my please use caution.
Stop that. Stop that. Stop that.
All right, welcome to the Dan Le Batard Show. I was going to say that it's Game 5, but I think this is the championship parade because we gave him a gentleman's sweep. I'm here with my man. No, it's fun. We're just having a good time. You helped us.
I wanted to come in and be the MVP, man. I had a whole week planned out. We go down 0-1.
Yeah.
We rally game 2. You guys split 3 and 4.
You come in.
And I just come in.
But we're happy to have you. Have a good time. We don't have one other person. But first of all,
That's what happens.
we'll get to that in a second because we got a treat for y'all who are not watching this and you're listening to this. And if you listened yesterday, we got a special treat for you guys. But before that, Tony's back.
What's up?
What's up? Well, that was smooth.
That was smooth.
You know what we do.
Tone, it sounds like you've heard some basketball disrespect this week. And
I've heard. You know what? I haven't heard anything this week because
Okay.
I've been in Mexico on a Cuervo trip with the sponsors and stuff. They've been taking care of me, VIP, wine and dine, the whole thing. So I haven't heard anything. I don't know what's going on. I'm coming in fresh, coming in relaxed. I'm just doing my thing.
Yeah, we just had some conversations about how good people are at basketball, and your name came up. And so we'll get to that at some point. I thought last night when I was at the Grizzlies game, Grizzly Heat game, and Ja Morant was aiming the Draco right at my section, I was so excited because I was like, you know what? Ja just did my Friday show. I was like, off top, the funny thing that happened, and we'll get to this, but
aired out the whole section, bro, with the air Draco. That's crazy, John.
First, he brought out just the little blickies, just a couple little handguns.
Little hand blickies.
Little
nothing big.
hand blickies. And that was like Jub's not. The worst part about the experience, or maybe the best part, was when he pulled the first one out. I went, Jason Goff got us some tickets. They're great seats right behind the Grizzlies bench. When Ja hit the first shot, I think it was in the first quarter, and pulled the hammer out for the first time, the air hammer out for the first time, I put my face in my hands and put my head down like, come on, Ja. What are we doing? There are a bunch of Grizzly fans behind me who started yelling at me, don't talk about that tomorrow. Don't you be talking about that tomorrow.
Turn your head.
I turned back around to him, and I nodded to him like, yeah, we'll see. Then he did it again. And I turned to them and was like, he wants me to talk about it. And so I found myself going from head in hands, please, Ja, don't do this, to come on, Ja, do it again, hit another shot,
Love it,
and pull that thing out one more time.
Hand blicky protest.
He blew smoke off the barrel one time.
Oh, let you know that.
I mean, he got hot, so
yeah.
I don't know how
the
much
Draco typically does when you slang
got the
that
air holes
thing
in it. That's
all
why.
over
Gotta
section
let the air holes go.
206.
I don't know how much of this got on to the broadcast, but there were so many times.
You think they had to like make the call, the cutaway call? Hey,
asked-
we gotta stop showing. Like when the streaker hits midfield, it's like, yo, do not show the hand blicky under no circumstances. After every 3, crowd shot.
I was at the game, so I asked Jeremy this morning how much of it was on, and so he named a few incidences, and then I said, what about this one? And Jeremy was like, nope, they ain't see that one. After the game, after he hit the game winner, he ran and celebrated. He did the conversation or did the interview with Taylor Rooks, and after that,
He gave the hand blicky.
he brought it out. It was the big one. It was the two-hander, and just and that one did make it. Yeah.
Dang, man.
It was wild. You know
Shout
who
out
else
to
was
Ja.
at the game? Amin El Hassan. You remember yesterday when Mr. Amin El Hassan told us all, I don't use an alarm clock because I don't need it.
Yeah.
I don't get hangovers. I'm just built different. I knew that was bullshit when I started to think about how clearly your body don't listen to you the way that you think it do because I seen you shoot a jumper. But as you guys can see, there's an empty chair. Oh, that's the jumper's up again. Let me see that jumper. Let me see. There's no way that man doesn't need an alarm clock. If your hands don't listen.
You take the trash out.
Look, in Amin's meager defense, meager because he's not here to defend himself. So
why not?
I want to have this conversation with Amin sitting here when he gets here.
So
because I didn't watch any game film. I'm like you, Tony. I didn't watch any game film this week. I don't watch games I'm not in.
Coming fresh.
I just, I catch the highlights. But I did catch the highlight of Amin saying he had the superior being of time, that his body knows better than to let him sleep when there's work that needs to be done.
I'm actually a little bit worried, and I'll tell you why. I've been with Amin on different excursions that him and I have had. We've gone to Cleveland. We've gone to a whole bunch of places, right? I've never seen...
At Cleveland.
I'm trying to think of the other place we went to. I couldn't remember.
Salt Lake?
Oh, no, we went to Salt Lake, and we also went to...
Stop laughing, Billy. Cleveland
I don't
is
know
a
what's
great
so
place.
funny.
I don't get the
Exactly,
joke
thank
on
you.
this
No,
set,
the
Tony.
funny part is I've been to Cleveland, whole bunch of places.
Yeah, we went somewhere else. Amin will
Well, he's
fill us
trying
in.
to
I
say,
don't
like,
know.
if we've gone to Cleveland, you could imagine
So
the places we've been.
To be honest, we were in
together.
Independence, Ohio, not Cleveland. We were staying 45 minutes out of town and then
out
had to
to
shuttle over.
Independence.
But whatever, not the point. The point is, I've been with Amin on nights where we've drank very much, and he bounces back quickly. So I've never seen him hungover. The timing body clock thing, he's got like a Kramer thing where he doesn't need the clock. So I'm actually a little bit worried that he's 7 minutes late.
For the people that weren't listening yesterday, let's relive. Let's hear what he said yesterday.
Can we put the camera on his empty chair while we play that?
No, don't do that because now Tony's getting me worried. And I'm not a worried
That's what I'm
kind of
saying.
guy.
That's what I'm saying.
But I didn't even consider that there could actually be something going on and how this is going to age with an empty chair of a mean without information.
Oh, yeah, we could be.
We're going to lose game 5, and it might be worth 2 games.
It might be worse than that.
And we might end up losing the series.
Got to risk it for the biscuit.
But it also famously failed for Kramer.
Well, yes, of course. But
Let's hear what he said yesterday.
Iron Man. Dude, think about it. Someone who doesn't get hangovers,
Okay.
who doesn't sleep a lot, who doesn't need coffee. I am the dream. Who has never caught COVID?
that's also true. That's also a lie. I'm telling you, dude. Oh, we went to Milwaukee. That's where it was. Okay, we went to Milwaukee. Funny enough, it was the Dunkamine thing. It was 2021, so still prime COVID transit.
Prime COVID.
It was.
I don't think
Amin was in this studio sick so many times.
But he never had COVID.
That's not one of those things like, I didn't test positive, I don't have COVID. He was in here so many times sick. He's like, no, I don't have it.
Let's play. I have one more clip. Let's play one more clip here.
This is one of those like stupidly masculine things where you take pride in something that's irrelevant. And
Is it irrelevant?
It's 100% irrelevant.
I don't know.
Like the idea that I don't.
Juju, put it on the poll. Would you like to never get hangovers, not need sleep, and not need coffee? Yes or no? If it's irrelevant, it'll come back 90% no, right? Maybe 80% no? If it's irrelevant. I feel like these are traits that are not irrelevant.
Irrelevant today. They are today. It has reached peak.
Like, I just hope that he overslept because the most ridiculous of all those things was I wake up without an alarm clock. Like the no hangover thing. We all kind of know a friend that's like, I don't get hungover. That's not that rare. No, it's not that rare. In the drinking streets, in these drinking streets, not getting hungover is.
I like how you clarified that because you're like, yo, I'm in these drinking streets.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you don't know these streets like I know
a
these
few
streets.
guys out there that are like, I don't get hungover.
You
But
can't
like an alley.
Can't get hungover if you're never not drunk.
Bam! That's what I was gonna say. Is in these drinking streets, the guy who's like, I never have a hangover. He wakes up, pops one. He wakes up and pops one. Gets a little he says,
Call Hair the dog, Dominique. Hair the dog. You just get right back on the train, baby.
exactly.
Yep.
Those are the people who don't have hangovers. They always seem to smell a little bit like.
It never came down. That's the problem. You never give yourself a
little
chance.
bit
So I got a
like-
question. Do we know that Amin made it back home from wherever he was last night?
All I know,
No.
can we bring in Fuentes? I mean,
oh man, what a
because
dream for him.
I would like him.
There's
to
a method
tell
to my
me
madness, though.
What's the method?
The
to
method
your
is I don't know if you guys know this or not. Amin had a premonition. And the only way that Amin's going to die is via a car crash.
Oh, we going there.
So
Amin has gone there. It's what Amin says often.
Amin says all the time.
I've heard him say that.
All I'm saying is, if Amin made it home last night, he's not dead. We know he's not dead.
There was no. He was staying here, and the Kaseya Center is
Across the street.
Yeah, it's a block away.
So-
I think he probably went a couple different places last night, not just the Kaseya Center.
I mean,
I don't
if
think
you
we
catch
should.
my drift.
I don't think we should put his business out of where specifically he was
Right,
until
of
what
course not.
time. We don't know.
Well, you need to know where he
his
was for us to
situation.
We
find
need to know
him.
the time. Chris.
Yeah,
need
we
to
got
know
to
the
track him
location.
down at some point.
Has anybody sent him a text?
Did I
Or a
tell
call?
you when I was in Vegas
Okay, we'll
after
come
like
back to that.
after like
The
2
safety.
days? No, because like it's related.
Okay.
2 days in, they came in and they knocked on my door to make sure I wasn't dead because I had like do not disturb on my door for the Super Bowl, and I guess so many people just die in the hotel that after like 24 hours of do not disturb, it's like protocol for security to come and make sure you're not dead.
Yeah. But also, why didn't you leave the room for 24 hours?
No, I did leave the room. I just had do not disturb. I don't like people like. I feel bad for them coming in and making my bed every day when I'm just gonna get back and like make a mess anyways. Like, I'm
Did
not
you
having
leave the
anyone
room,
over.
though?
I mean, I left to go to
Because
Radio
I
Row.
feel
and then
like they
come
have
back.
like
Yeah.
video camera in the hallways, and if they're coming, they're like, "Yo, check the surveillance. Has he left? He hasn't."
I actually died.
Did you jump out the window or something?
I rappelled down. I wanted it to be a fun trip.
So, all right.
So will
There's-
someone check on Amin at some
Yeah,
point if we
someone
just
needs to
don't
check
see
on
him?
Someone needs to check on him. Someone needs to go to the front desk and find out what room he's in and go get that thing a rat-a-tat-tat.
I got an idea. I'm gonna text him. You good? Question mark.
I don't think you're
Bro,
going to
bro step number one. This is how every search for a dead person happens.
Or
You
just
good?
missing. Or just missing.
Or just missing.
So-
But he's never missed work while I've been here. So now I am a little concerned, and I'm going to talk through it because it's good content in the moment that I won't be able to go back and make if the worst case has happened.
So we have, I believe, and I'm like, this is not my domain, but the way that it's been explained to me is we got a meeting in the morning that starts around Lamar clock, Lamar 30, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I show up to this meeting, and Amin's not here, but he never really is here for that meeting. Amin shows up for kickoff. He is right there. He runs onto the field.
Usually 8:50.
Yeah.
He comes walking in. What's up, everybody?
Yeah. And so
Booby Miles. He Booby Miles is it. Like,
I wasn't concerned, but now I'm starting to get a little concerned. So send that text. I think I would like to. Can we get Jeremy back in the room at some point because he's out there? Because I found another story pretty interesting this weekend. There's a couple things that I wanted to, or not this weekend, this morning. A couple things I want to talk about. I want to talk a little bit about the basketball game last night because I like the Heat, man. They lost, but Khalil Ware,
You like the Heat, huh?
yeah, I like him.
I like them.
there it is.
I like him. But also, I put Jeremy on the case because there was a ridiculous headline this morning for Lamar Jackson is trying to sue for the number 8 in all its forms. And I was like, this can't be right. So I asked Jeremy if he had a second to go ahead and read through the case to make sure that we aren't mischaracterizing what Lamar Jackson was doing. Because everyone was taking a shot at my man Lamar this morning. Like, this is ridiculous. He's trying to take 8 from Dale Earnhardt and Troy Aikman. Lamar Jackson is a monster.
Right.
And so I just wanted to make sure that Jeremy was here to understand all the details of the case because I didn't have time to read the entire case because I was busy worrying about Amin. Or actually laughing about it. Please be all right, Amin. This would all be
I know,
terrible.
now I'm like,
if
I
something's
texted
actually
him.
wrong with
I'm
him.
just telling you. I mean,
I don't feel good about Amin's whereabouts.
I feel like Amin, of all people, would be good with this type of bit, though, on the front end. We don't know
Like,
anything
if he
yet.
passed-
We don't know anything yet.
Hold on, Chris.
If something bad
Hold on,
happened,
Chris.
we're unaware.
You know whose judgment I don't trust. You're trying to make me feel better by saying Amin would be good with
Right,
it.
that's true.
he would. He would.
Yeah.
He would, though. He gets.
He would. He would get the bit.
Did you hear some of
We
those
would
jokes
be
he was
able to-
firing off yesterday?
We would be able to cash in on that MJ bet, though.
Michael for sure.
Yeah,
show
we've
up.
talked about his
Were you
funeral a
around?
lot.
We do want closure on that
Yeah.
one.
I think we all, it's very open-ended, and our audience is like, we want to get
Is Cole on tour?
get to the bottom of this.
You know how this ends, right? Is like whenever he shows up, he's just going to say this was theater of the mind and he did this on purpose.
Oh,
to
for sure.
prove a point. Like he will
Honestly-
not take accountability for
I
this
actually-
not waking up.
I just got a little concerned because he's very regular in this shit chat we have.
Uh-oh.
Like on days he's not here, around 8 o'clock, before 9 o'clock, like he generally is on the toilet. And he hasn't reported in there either today.
So we got to smell under the door. Smell under the door. What's happening?
I'm half worried.
Okay, we're gonna move.
I'm half still committed to this bit and half genuinely worried.
Yeah, we're gonna move on because
This is a bit?
I feel like it's less funny. It's getting less and less funny.
As the minutes go by.
As the minutes go by, because
I think
expected him to fumble up in here like 2
3
minutes
minutes
late,
in it, like
and then
rushing.
We'd laugh at him, and he'd say, "I did it on purpose, guys."
Right.
And we'd be like, "All right, whatever."
Yeah.
I mean, all right. So we'll get off.
Now
that
the
bit for
suits
now.
seem a little effed up.
Yeah.
In the famous Step Brothers quote. It's like, and they were funny at first, but now it's okay. So Jeremy, I think you have some information.
Jeremy,
I would
talk
like
heat while we're all sad.
I'm going to defend Lamar no matter what you say, but I'll let
To
you
be
go ahead
clear-
and give us some
To
information.
be clear, it's going to be really hard to convince this room on this day that whatever Lamar is doing, you want me to side with Dale Earnhardt? and
Why are
Troy
you
Aikman?
setting me up to defend Dale Earnhardt?
Why
What's
is
that
Dale
about?
Earnhardt the first one we go to? I'm confused by that.
What do you mean? The first
That answers your question.
Who? I didn't know Dale Earnhardt was number 8. Is he number 8?
Oh wow.
Oh, it's Junior.
Junior.
But then he was like 88.
Well, this
right?
is an interesting part of this story, actually. So what's happening here is Lamar Jackson is challenging Dale Earnhardt's trademark of the number 8, but not specifically the number 8 that was on his car in the years where he was driving the number 8. So Lamar challenged Troy Aikman last year for EIGHT in all capital letters, the specific trademark of that font size of the word 8. This case is a slanted 8 that is not in the style of what was on Earnhardt's car. Now, Earnhardt on his car, that was only while he was working for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, or DEI. Now, as DEI has crumbled around him, the trademark eventually lapsed. And this is just the truth. DEI, Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, no longer exists. Dale Earnhardt Jr. did not get along with Teresa Earnhardt, who took over upon Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s death. She let the trademark expire for his number 8, and so he is now refiling to try to get that number 8 back. Lamar is upset, not with the one that was on his car, but a different slanted number 8.
Oh, okay. So, as I understood it, so that makes sense. That I assume that we say Lamar Jackson because that's the name that we know and that he is the one on the case. But my guess is Lamar Jackson isn't keeping an eye on the trademark office and like trying to jump on all these things. Like his team, I would assume, right?
No, I wouldn't assume.
It says his attorneys filed a notice of opposition on Wednesday.
I like his business acumen.
Excuse me, jeez.
Yeah, you can
Fine.
choked up about this.
I get it. Yeah,
Guys,
it breaks my heart.
he's alive.
All right.
Jokes in. Back to the jokes.
Yeah, remember to flush.
I just got a yup heading down text from him.
All right.
Okay. Wrong chat.
This is exciting. I feel great.
No,
do.
thank
I
God
feel so
Amin
good.
isn't dead. Number one, no way in hell Michael Jordan was going to his funeral.
Now we'll
Let's be
never
honest.
know.
I don't
That's
know.
the part that sucks.
We're gonna have to find out later.
Like
Uh,
Amin dies, but maybe we meet
I
Andre.
sent a
That's what I'm
bunch of
saying.
texts in that 15 minutes. Most of them were people connected to Michael Jordan, and it said, Amin El-Hassan died. Do you think Mike is going to come to the funeral? They said, are you serious? I said, yes. They said, TBD. So that doesn't sound like it's a confirmation.
But
Mike was
TBD,
gonna
I
go.
mean, that's not bad. It's better than no.
I think they were like, we're going to ask.
I think when you hit him with "Are you serious?" that's kind of what you think.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys. What's the protocol on autographs at a funeral? Like, you think no, right?
Hard no.
Yeah, I would
you
think so.
think,
No,
you
no
think
would
no,
be-
right?
You know no.
No,
But
well,
go ahead.
hold on a second.
But continue.
But it's not always no, because there is that book where people check in and they sign the guest book and they say, like, I love your family, whatever, right? Dude, you can have like Michael Jordan signing that, whatever. What if someone goes and they decide, I'm going to pull a fast one. I'll take that book out there. I'm going to put an NBA basketball and just be like, Amin was so deep in NBA circles that he really just wanted everyone to sign the basketball. And you could get a basketball signed by some of the NBA's luminaries that chose to attend Amin's
But it's
funeral.
gonna be a bunch of other people on it too.
like his
You gotta-
uncle.
Yeah, no, well, that's why.
What players are we talking about?
Well, whoever would actually show up to Amin, so probably like, I don't know, Mike Bibby or something.
Maybe if Sacramento State is on maybe a a home stretch.
Yeah, like no,
Maybe?
like no, I mean, look, let's be real. Not Michael Jordan, right?
Yeah, I
but
mean-
you also have to have someone assigned to like security detail for the ball, so that like
the
Amin's
picture?
great aunt or whatever isn't going to sign. You're like, no, let's like, move over here. Let's go get some like finger food or something. We don't want you signing that ball.
Yeah, like,
What's
don't
the,
touch it.
Exactly.
the, photograph protocol at a funeral? Can you like go next to Michael Jordan? And
Less than autographs. I think taking photos is worse than
you
autographs.
do.
Worse?
You
At a
do.
funeral? Are you gonna do like throw up the peace
No,
sign,
I mean,
two up,
people-
two down
they
next to
could
the
be
dead
candid. They
body?
could be
Right next to the
candid, though.
tombstone.
Go
Yeah.
candid for sure.
He slipped that in on you, man. He slipped that in on you.
2 up, 2 down.
You can. I mean, I've been to funerals where people take pictures because it's like it's one of the rare times when you get a whole bunch of family together. So people take pictures. But can you smile next to MJ in a funeral picture?
He's
Why-
not gonna smile.
I don't think you want to smile.
You don't?
No, because you want it to feel like you and MJ are connected in that way. So it can't be like he's sad, you're in the back. Like, I get to meet him. It's got to be like just me and my boys.
So you got to get a candid. You got to
missing
get
a
a
meme.
candid, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got to
yeah.
get a candid where you are.
You got to
just-
match his energy. If he's laughing, you laugh.
Well,
If
he's
he's
never
crying,
laughing.
you cry. If he's sad, if he's confused, like, wait, that's Amin El-Hassan? Then you are confused because you're like, I thought
this was Khalid El Amin. I
Yes.
got confused.
What?
All you got to do is slip the photograph for a 20 and be like, look, the moment MJ gets up to the casket to look over, you get to the other side. I'm going to stand next to him, and we're both going to look into the casket, and you take the picture from the front.
Right.
So you're kind of looking over with MJ like, damn,
checking
I
it
can't
out.
believe it. But you and MJ next to each other, and then you kind of do one of
But
those,
hold
like-
on a second. This is taking from behind because you're gonna need someone to go on the other side.
Yeah,
of the
on the other
casket.
side.
I'm
That's
gonna
why I
pop
slipped the
up,
guy at
like,
20.
But somehow you
gotta pay
almost
the-
need the camera
the reverend.
inside the casket, right? Like you need to set up like a selfie camera
Like a
on
GoPro.
Amin's body.
We put a
Because if
GoPro
it's
on Amin.
open casket, it's the wrong angle.
You
Because
put the-
if you're over it, it's looking down. You got to get it inside, going up, looking at him.
You don't want to put like the meta glasses on Amin.
Ooh, well then it's
Like a
sideways.
POV.
Yeah.
But then
Hey,
you're
we
looking
can
up
reorient.
only.
We can
Yeah.
reorient.
All
You
right.
gotta
You can set the meta
neck
glasses
turn.
like on his chest, looking up at you.
I have a friend from high school who I went to his house. I'll never forget this. And his family took pictures of people in open caskets, dead family members, and had just a wall of Polaroids of all the people. And I was like,
I don't want to talk bad
A
about
dead
your
wall?
friend, but
yeah, oh, no.
that sounds like
It was
serial
wild.
killer vibes.
It was wild. I mean, it wasn't his choice. He was a kid in high school. Like, it was his family.
Yeah.
It was something
No, I
that they
mean-
did.
Hold on.
That
Yeah.
sounds like they're in this.
Hold on a second. Let's
Now I'm wondering, how did those
rewind a
people
second.
die?
Wait, they had like a wall of just casket pictures of their family members?
Like you're in a pizzeria and they've like a famous person walks in and they put the picture on the wall.
Where's the dead wall? Like, what part of the house was it in?
It was just like in a hallway. Like, you come in. It wasn't a big house. So you like come in and then there's like a hallway to get to the back rooms. And
Of
stuff.
casket pictures.
Yeah, it's a hallway of
And Polaroids.
casket
Like they're just like
Polaroids.
Polaroids stuck to the wall with a piece of tape.
Yeah, it was real weird. They had like machetes with blood still on them in this room. It was dark. We weren't supposed to be in the cellar. And they said, don't open the fridge no matter what you do. But it was cool. It was just vibes, man. Me and my boy.
Were they like
Vibes.
embalmers or something? They're like showing off their work?
Nope, just family.
Were they white guys?
Nope.
Interesting.
Yep, second generation.
Did they do like body like makeup? Like, you know, like the
No.
people that
They
it wasn't like a portfolio
No.
of like, man, look at these
No.
caskets we
Which-
designed.
I mean, that doesn't make it much less weird.
Nah, it's
It-
weird. It's
it
strange,
was
man.
just like remembering family members. We put them up there in this moment.
In their dead state.
Yeah.
Speaking of dead state, have you seen those things where the people have the dead people, but they're at the club and the dead person's there like holding a Heineken? Have you seen that before?
That's
Weekend
that
at
was-
Bernie's type.
Yes, but people have
You
like a
said-
celebration where like the
I thought
dead.
it was just one time.
No, I've seen it. I've seen it.
I saw. So I remember seeing a story where it was one time where a guy wanted to have a party. He made it clear when he died he wanted them to celebrate at the
Oh,
club.
like one of those New Orleans funerals?
No,
Or-
No, like him being there. Like
Yeah.
the guy had a blunt and a Heineken, and I was like,
Yeah.
isn't this guy dead?
They had like a party at a club. I remember it one time. You said it like it's a thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a thing, but I remember seeing the story, and there was a picture of a guy on a stage in a casket.
Yeah, I don't hate it, I guess. Where would you want your funeral to be at? Like, if you could really be like, yo, take me out one more time doing this, what would you? Because you're not going to have, like, the the confidence to actually do it. You should.
Yeah. I'm the wrong person to ask for this. Maybe I could think about it, but I've made it clear to everybody in my life, I don't care. Like, I don't really care.
You don't care?
I'm gone, right?
Yeah, you won't care.
Like, I mean, it's up to you. If y'all want to do something, knock yourself out.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm going to be gone.
Facts.
I don't think that I'm not going to, I don't know, maybe I'll be looking down, pissed off at them because they decided to dress me up in a football uniform and put me on the field. It's like, hey, Dominic always want to get one last snap.
With cleats on or no?
Oh, yeah, you got to go the full deal.
Go
Why would you
cleats.
stop at cleats?
I mean, people aren't looking at your feet in the open casket. That's
Hey.
why.
Dirt in the casket, just a little grass.
Hand in the dirt.
Yep.
Thigh pads.
This is how we'll always remember you.
What would you want?
I like the club idea. I do, because I want everyone to have a good time while I'm there. I would like my funeral to be a roast. And you got to make sure you roast everyone in the room too. Like, it's not like, yes, roast me, but also like
That's
make
true.
sure like, everybody
So-
gets it.
They're
Like,
embalming Amin right now.
Look at him getting that makeup right. At least we know that he's not gonna have a hangover.
you don't get to put on makeup when you're late, man.
Yeah, you gotta.
You
walk
gotta
in, man.
you gotta come in what you got. I mean, you don't get to. He was getting a haircut.
I know you got.
Why does he look so fresh?
I mean, I think the idea is anytime I've ever I'm not late often, but anytime I've ever been late, I start breathing hard.
There's
Like,
gotta
I
be a
come
scurry
in,
to it. Like,
yeah,
you're like,
I come in. And even if I'm not out of breath,
Right.
I start breathing hard to
Yeah,
demonstrate to them. I feel like it's a show of respect. It's like, I'm sorry, man. I
tried.
Like, no
I
excuses.
ran 3 blocks.
No excuses. I'm accountable. This on me.
This is on me.
But I would like them to know that, like, I ain't wanted to be like this.
I left my car on the freeway, and I ran here. When you're in football, and there's no
Oh.
scarier moment
Oh.
for anyone who doesn't know this. Okay, when you play professional football and you're late
Not
or
for the
running
Dolphins.
late,
Not for the Dolphins. but yeah,
Tony
everyone else.
knows.
no, there is no scarier thing in my life ever to this day than being 20 seconds on pace for being 20 seconds late.
It's,
You genuinely are like, do I wreck my car?
yeah, it's crossed your mind.
Like,
Especially when you're not at the top of the roster.
What?
I definitely would have considered in the past. And the one thing for me, when I was young enough to be, like, really upset about this, I lived less than a mile from the facility. So it
Yes.
was hard for me to come up with some sort of lie.
You gotta wreck, bro. You either gotta slash your tire
Yeah.
on the highway, like poke it, or you just gotta a little light into a pole. Just a little.
You just got to skin it a little bit.
You guys think I'm joking. I'm being so serious. I can promise you there's been multiple players.
He said the applicable part, though. Especially if you're what?
if you're young enough that it matters.
No. You said
What?
something else, especially if you're not at the top of the roster.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's
Wow.
not. You don't get to come in and not address the elephant in the room.
No, I think he's trying to make a point.
I am the elephant. In the room.
Oh.
I missed that
I
completely.
don't address it. I am it.
Okay. So now I know what happened. You got a haircut this morning, and you can't control the barber's time. No. I've been here. I know. You can make up whatever lie you're about to tell me. I know a fresh haircut when I see one, and that is the only situation when you're in the chair. You can't just be like, yo, I got to go
right now.
Middletown. Like, nah. You got a haircut this morning.
40 under 40. Y'all talked about that yet?
Oh yeah. We
Oh.
day one. Day one.
So this is an interesting thing. When I turned 40, like literally like 3 weeks before I turned 40, they asked me to host the 40 under 40. So it was like that was as close as I got. So I said, fine, cool. Everyone's like, yo, this is easy. It's fish in a barrel. There are no losers. It's not like someone got nominated and didn't win. Everybody wins. So everyone's like in a good mood. I said, cool, I'll do it. Me and Carrie Champion, we're going to host it. I said, I had all these jokes written out. It's perfect. I go there, and I'm working my best material. I mean, stuff I wrote. Silence. Everyone's just staring at me like, what's going on? What's happening here? How am I bombing this hard? So in the first intermission, I grabbed the organizer guy, who said, what happened, man? You said it was fish in a barrel. He said, they changed the format this year. In years past, everyone was allowed to go out into the lobby, get a drink, keep coming back in and out.
Sober.
It was a dry.
40
And
under 40.
everyone was like F all of this. Like, they just kept staring at me with the anger of sobriety, and I was like, oh, man.
Now you got this guy telling jokes.
Yeah, like he thinks he's funny.
Now that I hear the octaves that you're talking with, you were asleep.
No, I wasn't.
Okay, I want to change my haircut. You got a haircut last night before you kicked it.
Number one.
Your body clock did not help you out this morning.
I wasn't asleep.
I can hear it in your voice.
No, my voice is my voice. I have a deep voice. I can't help it. I'm like Dominique. Like, you don't hear the bass?
No.
What the hell is going on?
What?
You are late. How are we talking about 40 under 40? We're talking about shape-ups. We're talking about the octaves in your voice.
It's called a deflection,
I
Dominique.
need explanation. Like, we're all waiting.
It's called-
We even got worried. We thought you was dead.
I mean, we genuinely thought you died.
From the man who yesterday told us that his body, I'm built different is what you said. And you called yourself Iron Man.
Here's the clip.
Someone who doesn't get hangovers, who doesn't sleep a lot, who doesn't need coffee. Yeah. I think that, like, I don't know. Check.
One day later, you show up late. And you think that we want to talk about the time when you told some bad jokes?
I didn't tell bad jokes. Hold on. Now, you know what? You're going to disrespect me anyway. You're not going to disrespect me about my jokes.
Okay, well.
Them shits was fire.
I'm sorry. The time when hundreds of people in the audience
decided that what you were saying wasn't funny.
Yeah, but the jokes were obviously funny.
It was a format change.
It's just the time when you got undercut by the format. So what'd you do
sober, they were angry about being sober. I can't help that.
So what'd you do last night or this morning? Like, why?
What did I do last night? I'm glad you brought that up.
There we go.
Oh, man. This guy, either he's completely naive or the greatest alley-oop man of all time. You know what I did last night, Hawk? I went to the Heat game.
Yep. Check.
Hey, was I the only person here at the Heat game, or did someone else go? Anyone else? Did you go to the Heat game?
No, sir.
Jeremy.
Not I.
John Moran, I think.
Yeah, John Moran was there. He was awesome.
He was incredible.
Yeah. Chris, did you go?
I did not go. Dominique went.
Oh, Dominique went. Did he? Oh, well, Dominique, surely you guys were sitting like, I mean, it's a big game. It was a TNT game. Were you sitting upstairs?
No, sir.
Where were you sitting?
You're deflecting.
Behind the Grizzlies
Also,
bench.
he has do-rag lines on his forehead.
Oh, that man was so
As a black
sleep.
man, I can see that. He was
sleep.
knocked out.
That man was
The do-rag
so
came.
That ding from Chris woke my boy up.
Gotta keep those waves on your head.
The do-rag came off probably about 10 minutes.
Okay.
I mean,
I know
that part, I'm not.
I'm just doing a little black man detective work. Don't mind me. Keep talking. I'm going to crack this code.
I see cognac in your eyes.
There was another
That
black
is
man.
Cognac yellow.
Yep.
There was another black man doing detective work last night, and it was Amin Hassan. Finding out that, hey, Dominic, you go by yourself. Clearly, you only had the one ticket. They hand it to you, and you're like, I can't bring anyone else. I got to by myself.
Nope, had 4 tickets.
Oh, you had 4. Wow. Anyone else that I know you might have gone with?
Jason Goff, the man who inspired my crochet shirt today.
It's a nice shirt, man.
Thank you. Jason Goff was killing me all week in the knits. I was like, let me go get it. Let me go get a fresh knit.
I was a fan of his.
4 tickets behind the bench. Nary, not even like, hey, Amin, we don't have an extra one, but we'll be at the game. We'll see you there. Nothing. Just like, hey, all right, guys, we got to go. I got to go to the gym.
Hey,
I got to go work out.
Hey, guys. I apologize for Amin being late today. It's because I didn't invite him to sit next to me and Jason Goff. I take full responsibility, hand up, accountability plays.
There was an empty seat, wasn't there?
Black
2
accountability.
2 empty seats.
Yeah.
They had extras. This is, by the way, this is a night after, hey, guys, let's all meet up. And like, we're tired. Well, we went to dinner. I'm like, well, first of all, thank you.
Like, I'll show you an empty seat.
Thank you for the invite
I'll see
to
you
dinner.
tomorrow morning. I'll show you an empty seat, you son of a bitch.
So that's what this is. This is
Payback.
You decided to prove a point by showing me an empty seat.
You know what I didn't do? I wasn't clamoring. Like, where's everybody? You know, I just looked at him. I said, and then he said, oh, man. And he said, what are you doing here? I was like, I'm working. Some of us work for a living is exactly what I said to him.
So now I'm going to try to demonstrate for you how someone speaks directly to the accusations. I'm not going to go about some roundabout story about when I hosted a show. I'm not going to deflect and tell a Hawk about
Sound
how
like you're deflecting right now, brother.
No,
Sound
no,
like
no.
right now you're going on a deflection.
I'm not going to tell everyone about how Hawk made me do it. None of that happened. I'll tell you exactly what happened.
How did Hawk make me do it?
Jason Goff bought 4 tickets. One of his friends come from in town, and 2 for me and Charlie. He said, "You want to go to the game?" I said, "Yeah." We get to the game. We see you. I say, "What are you doing here?" You say, "Working." So it sounds like to me you had to work. You couldn't come anyway, and that's what happened. Jason Goff's friend came late. Charlie decided to go hang out with his in-laws, and so we had 2 extra seats, and they weren't my tickets. I didn't pay for them. Goff paid for them. That's what happened.
For the second time this week, I'm going to make an R. Kelly reference.
Oh, Oh, what are you doing,
If
man?
I had,
Just the judgment you wanted me to trust.
I didn't know I had a
He's
ticket.
going
I would
deep
not
in
have
the
gone to my in-laws.
deflected
Oh
bag.
wow.
if I had $1, it was yours. That's, you know what? That's the spirit. Even if I said, you know what? I don't need your $1. You can keep it.
Why were you late?
Hey, Bill, why do you think he's late? Since he
I
doesn't
don't
want to
know
talk
what's
about
going
it,
on.
we're going to go
Who's
around
Bill?
the room.
Who's Bill?
Yeah, we getting serious. When you get
Billy.
serious, you drop the
That's
Y.
fine. We're
You dropped the Y.
fine.
This
Drop
is
the Y, you get
this
serious.
is
Can I call
the
you
attorney.
Andy?
This is the attorney
I'm
Bill.
gonna call you Andy from now
Man,
on.
Call
the-
me Andy.
The problem is we got 2 hours of show, so you can try to burn out this
Yeah,
minute all
we're
you
gonna-
want.
we're gonna get to
but
the bottom
we
of this.
gonna get to this.
I think the question is, we all know he doesn't appear to be hungover. So what he claimed about not getting hungover, I believe. But it does seem like your body clock that you said you don't need an alarm may have failed you this morning. Is that true?
No.
Then what?
So you just woke up on time.
Is it
and was
still
like,
set to Arizona time? Your body clock?
No.
Then?
You took too long in the shower?
No.
He put his do-rag on, so he couldn't have been
The do-rag
that
was, the do-rag was on last night.
drunk.
Sir?
You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause it wasn't so drunk to cause a
that's a
sleep-in.
fair point.
It's like I put my do-rag on. Now, he
Yeah.
could have been on muscle memory. I've been there as well, right?
Wait, explain that one.
Where he
No,
wakes
I'm
up
not.
and he's
No,
like,
I will not let you keep kicking it back to me.
He wakes up, he's like, I don't even remember putting this thing on.
yeah, nah, it's like you do it every night.
Who
so.
put my do-rag on for me? You know, it's just...
That's happened to you? You woke up and you're like, what is this on my head?
Have you seen his hair? Yeah, the Hawk don't play games about his hair.
I can't. You know, this is...
He got like a
Come on.
2-day-old shape up and was like, I gotta wear a hat because I can't.
Yeah,
I
nah,
can't
I-
show this new growth.
Nope.
The young
Okay.
people won't remember this. In the 90s, we were convinced that Steve Harvey had his shape up done with a laser.
That's a sponge, man.
So it feels like he's lying, right, about the alarm Oh, thing? yeah, for sure. Come on.
Absolutely. Alarm thing not
Obvious.
What's obviously supposed to be in there?
Obviously, he was wearing a sponge.
Bill?
I mean, like, I don't think you would just wake up on time and be like, you know what, I'll just show up at 9:15.
No, because I wake up and then I do things.
Oh, you have a process. Okay.
Yeah, that's a
No
problem.
shit. I checked the shit chat.
Haven't. That's true. It's still going.
So
And that's an issue.
We're gonna lose you at some point.
Why
during the
didn't you
show.
just say you got a haircut? You had an easy out.
He should have just jumped
You know what-
into
Yeah.
it.
Oh, you're right.
And then
Hawk,
I started.
got a haircut.
You know
I
why,
started
Bill?
hearing
Got
him more,
me.
and then I was like, that wasn't it. And
You
then
know why,
the
Bill?
do-rag.
You know why?
You can't
Bill?
get a haircut with a do-rag on.
You're a hell of an investigator.
You know barbers that work at 7 a.m.?
That's the same thing.
I mean,
I got a haircut this morning at 6 a.m., Roy. So
Woo!
now did
I
I pay
earned that
triple?
money.
Did I pay triple? I did. But they will do it for the right price.
Tip him.
This week on Mystery Crate, we are debunking what Billy tells me is a popular theory about all of us
Ooh,
on the
fan
internet.
theory?
A
Yeah.
popular fan theory about something that we all like, something that we want to discuss, that apparently people think is we're going to kick back for.
I got a theory. I have a theory that there's no amount of money that it would take for any of you to put this in your mouth, this Miami Heat mouthpiece that Dan likes to chomp on sometimes.
So we don't do it in this episode, but we can do it here, just in the teaser. Who do you think would do that for the lowest amount of money?
Ooh.
This is bonus content.
Lewis, for sure.
Content.
Oh, man, I think Ethan.
Nah, Gino. I know all of Gino's financials. He'll do it for the cheapest amount of money.
Jeez, Louise.
Oh, no. Well, listen to Mystery Crate every Friday. Find out more about who would do gross things for money.
And Gino's finances.
Hey guys, it's Billy. Join me and my friends at God Bless Football tonight at 6 on the DraftKings Network, or available now-ish on YouTube, or you can download the podcast like you normally download the podcast. Follow us on our new feed, the God Bless Football feed, if you want to listen to every episode before we disappear. Also, on this week's episode, we play a new game called Anonymous Sources. It's a fun game for me, fun game for Mikey A, and it's a fun game for you to play along at home. We also have our Jets story of the week, which is not as bad a segment as it sounds like it is, because it's a segment that's just making fun of the Jets. And Stugotz will be back at some point, maybe. So join us. God bless football.
The Boston Bruins are dead last in the Eastern Conference this deep in the season for the first time since 1997. Alexander Ovechkin is still chasing Wayne Gretzky's goal record, and it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. And coaches left and right are throwing players under the bus. We talk about that and more with Otto Cal of ESPN today on The Hockey Show.
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
All right, guys. Amin thought he could get that off, but not on the blackest show ever. He tried to lie, and Andrew Hawkins.
I didn't lie.
He didn't try to lie. He tried to
I
misdirect.
just didn't tell you certain things.
But you ain't got to tell him.
The
When we
do-rag
got
line was-
an Afro detective in here named Andrew Hawkins. He was like, I hear your voice. I see your eyes. Oh, there's the imprint across your forehead.
Do-rag lines?
Yeah, you could get that off when Dan is here and Stu and Chris. They don't know about do-rag lines.
My voice is
They're
my
still
voice.
confused,
My
man.
voice is always deep.
Now, your voice has changed a
My
little bit.
my eyes
got a rasp to it.
It's always got a rasp to it.
Nah, man.
Do you understand how much metric liters of alcohol I go through a week? You think my voice is just like, oh, usually I'm like this, but when I've had a night out, I'll go like this. You think that's what happens?
Nah, man. You know
I'm
what?
always this deep. Like
you can gaslight
I'm gonna tell you
all
what-
you want.
Gaslight. What is that?
I know a
Lie.
raspy
What does that mean?
voice in the morning. Every man in my family has a deep voice, including
G,
me.
Roy?
Even G. If you catch us early in the morning, there's a certain rasp to it that I can
I'm
point
gonna
out.
tell you right now. Right, this is what happens.
Okay.
I walk in here. It's a viper's nest. Before I even walk in here, I'm getting makeup done. I'm trying to come here correct. I hear the show. Y'all are already getting on me. I'm like, okay, that's what we're doing. Regular Amin, yesterday, I was like this. Hi guys, what's going on? Today,
You can't wait a little.
I got to do the Stephen A. And I got to put my voice right down here because that's the most menacing.
If
it
you
could
think
be.
we was killing you after the show started, 10 minutes before the show started, we was getting all.
What were y'all saying?
All the things that we said now. Like, ain't nobody
there you
scared.
go.
It was the same thing. The
You
funny
thought
thing
you
is,
really died.
You thought you had
there was a
extra
portion,
material. That's
there was a
funny.
portion I thought you were really dead.
yeah, that's what we actually started to get a little sad until you
Sad?
responded.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
because we were like, it is a possible. Like, it's not impossible.
Once there was
Something
no
could happen.
shit chat, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he's every morning at 8 o'clock.
I wish. That's where I'm at right now.
I blame Tony though. He
Why
was
is-
the one. He brought the heart.
What I
first.
no
Because Tony cares about you.
What
Tony
I
cares
said,
about
what I said is, do we know if Amin got home last night? Do we have confirmation
God
of him getting into the
damn.
into the hotel?
That's where we were at.
Because if Amin didn't get to the hotel, obviously it's premonition. Something could have happened last night. The moment he steps in the hotel, he's fine. I know it.
We did the first 8 minutes kind of roasting you, and then we were like, this
Oh,
might
shit.
not age well.
Yeah.
Let's
That
literally
would be
dial it back a
amazing.
little.
But
know
you
what?
would love that.
But
We
no,
said
but
you
then
loved it.
I said, I was like, Amin would be okay with this,
You know
even
what?
if he's gone.
Straight up, I regret not getting in a car accident now. Oh my God, I would love right
that in
now.
the club.
I would like in my mind, my biggest dream now would have been to be laid up in a gurney, like everything in cast, and then on the screen just have the Le Batard Show. These guys like, oh, I mean, probably overslept. I'm like,
His biggest regret is being alive.
pretty much.
Not dying yet. If it makes you feel any better, we quickly then shifted over to, are we going to meet MJ?
Yeah.
You guys.
What happened in Miami?
Hold on.
Even when we thought you were dead, I was like, "There's
Hold
no
on.
way in hell Michael Jordan's coming."
Hold on. You guys thought you would be invited to my funeral?
That's
where
crazy.
you guys are at? You thought.
Whoa, what are you trying to say?
Roy, you're good.
Thank you.
That's crazy.
Like, here's how it goes. If you've been on Cinephobe, you're good.
Thank you.
So, Roy, Billy's been there. Speed 2. Yeah. Everyone else?
Tony defended you. And now
So
he
what
can't go.
happened? Are we going to get to the bottom of what happened? You come in here in a UK Nike Tech sweatsuit. You got do-rag lines on. You know what I'm
I think
saying?
that-
Raspy voice.
I think you and I could recognize do-rag lines.
Do-rag lines.
I think it
guilty.
was incredible, but I think Billy probably could recognize do-rag lines too. I think
Can
he
he?
might be the
Bill?
only. Yeah.
You know what
Billy-
do-rag lines are?
I had cornrows once.
Oh, yeah.
It was a summer. Yeah.
Shout out to my boy.
Went to the Bahamas.
I did.
Yeah,
I
it was on a
I
cruise.
honestly, like, I did sleep with a do-rag tonight.
You have to.
It hurts
You
so
got-
much to get it done. I'm gonna be
Particularly
honest
if
with
your hair is not curly enough to hold onto the cornrows,
You
better put a
especially
do-rag.
have
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 of them.
I'm trying to find the picture to send to you guys privately, but
Oh.
that was one of those things that disappeared because
Don't send it.
I was worried because I'm like, this is going
Don't
to be
send it.
appropriation.
Because if you want it to be private, don't send it.
You gotta look like Kristaps Porzingis when he was 12. You ever seen that picture?
Yes.
He's got the braids on, and then he got a do-rag. I mean, not a do-rag. He has a headband on. But I want to ask a question because Bill pronounced it corn rolls, and I hear people sometimes say corn rolls. It's corn rows, right?
That's what I said.
It's a row. Yeah.
Okay.
I also heard rolls, but I
No,
think
cornrows.
Yeah.
Well, I know you heard rolls.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
This is what I do when I'm
I mean, that's
attacked.
me.
I lash out.
You're late today. What are you doing?
We're at that stage of deflection. Now we just start.
I'm on my job.
Ja Morant.
I'm on
the
my job
whole-
right now.
Okay.
You know what? Y'all gonna talk on this shit? I'm gonna hit the game winner.
What time did the game start last night?
7:30.
Okay.
It's a
so that-
TNT game.
What time did it end?
Oh,
what-
detective is in it. He's taking
7:30
notes,
p.m.
man.
Heat game.
Yo, shout out to
Started.
Jason Goff. What are you, my baby mama?
What time did the Heat game end, roughly?
I don't know. It's 2 hours or so.
2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
So we'll say
2.5.
9:45. He's media, so he says hi.
You think the game ended at 9:45?
Let's go at 10 o'clock.
Hold on. It was a TNT game. That
Okay,
means
let's go at
every
10 o'clock.
timeout and every
Okay.
quarter break is longer than a regular one.
You
right?
could just answer these questions.
Irrelevant information, but fine.
I don't.
It's relevant. It's
10
relevant.
o'clock.
Okay.
super
10
relevant.
o'clock?
o'clock.
Are we okay with 10 o'clock?
I don't think it ended at 10.
He's,
but go
he's the
ahead.
media.
10:30.
He sees his
Nah, 10:30
friends.
wasn't.
They talk. This.
Oh, you talking
they-
about the extra stuff?
You probably left the arena around 10:35 ish.
Midnight.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Oh, you got to?
10:35 ish.
35, yeah.
Probably about a 12-minute
Maybe-
walk if you're talking from there to the Elser.
Not
so
a 12-minute walk.
Oh, you think he went to the Elser?
I went back to
Oh,
the
thinks he
Elser.
went right
yeah, he got to start to the Elser. You got to get ready. Like he's not going to wear his game clothes to
The bright side?
Club Mansion. I don't know. I haven't gone out in
Mansion.
Miami in a long
Mansion.
time.
Mansion.
R.I.P. I think.
I'm sorry. Club Bed, Privé. I don't. It's been a while.
Live, I don't know.
What do we? What?
This
what do they?
man. What?
Okay.
Are
We
you? did
we
you come,
from the early 2000s,
did,
man.
you,
Yeah.
did you come right out of a Jay-Z song right now?
Nah, it was my prime Miami days was like 2006,
How-
7,
how-
8.
No, I don't know years. Show me like jeans with the leg. Was it this? Go, stop me when I'm.
My prime Miami.
Yes,
years?
like the jeans.
Oh, the jeans.
Yeah.
Oh, they were
No, stop me. When
right there.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
This-
We talked about this. I would just go into the store and just pick a pair of jeans. I didn't look at the size.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
those are dope. Let me
Yeah.
get those.
Wait, hold on.
Let me get them jabos.
Hold on. No, we all hold on.
How about those, Sean
Hold
Jones?
on.
Yeah, is that a Nietzsche? I'll take 2 pairs.
Those of us of age.
Pelly. They got a Pelly on the team.
Carl Kanai, Pelly Larson, yeah.
Yeah.
Carl Kanai, all of them.
Oh.
We all were in, or all those of us of age, were all in that era.
Mm-hmm.
We wore jeans that were way too big.
Yes. They're back.
God knows, yeah, and they're back. My kid knows.
Yeah.
I know this. For
I
my
still have a
children.
pair of FUBU khaki shorts in my house.
You're waiting on the return, right?
It's only a couple. It's got to be a
almost
couple
there.
years away.
Like there's gonna.
I got them in 02.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen.
For us, by us.
Hawk, I'm gonna tell you right now. Someone famous is more famous than us is gonna wear like their Fat Albert sweater or whatever, and then
It's gonna be.
it's gonna be back in, and then you're gonna pull them out, and it was like, yo.
Platinum
Now,
collection.
Right.
here's my problem. 90% of my baggy ass 2000s clothes that aren't like nameless, faceless white tees or whatever. Sean John. That one I don't think is gonna come back.
No, I think that's
Rockaware.
That's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got a Rockaware polo.
I was button-ups. Big jeans and button-ups was going on
yeah.
there. Big jeans, button-ups, long chains. That was like my Miami prime era. So you probably left the Elsa around 11:45
He
p.m.
think he gonna get you off the case,
Yep.
but he don't know what level of detective we working with.
So that place. Can I see your Uber app?
You see my Uber app? Absolutely not.
Let me see your last 24 hours of Uber.
I don't respond.
Get a warrant, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. I don't respond.
Okay.
Hey, to anybody.
Let me see how your rating has changed. What was his rating a couple days ago? We'll figure
It was
this out.
a black 491 was what it was.
A black 491.
Yeah.
That's like a regular 8.6.
Yeah.
486. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly what he
Really
that's
good.
Good
See,
math, Mike.
that's how you know.
Yeah.
That's how I know because he's black.
I know.
Someone else would have given me like, oh, it was like a 4.2. Like no.
Charlie, what do you think happened to Amin?
I don't know.
Good job, Charlie. Way to go. Way to go, Charlie. Way to go.
All right, complicit.
I do want to address the camera.
I've been with
directly.
Charlie every night since I've been here, except for last night. Except for last night.
Really makes you think.
It really
Except
does.
for last night.
Interesting.
Sounds like someone went off program, and it wasn't me. It was Dominic Foxworth.
Oh no, it wasn't my fault. He didn't want to go, but the one
He
thing
didn't
I
know. He didn't know that y'all were sitting behind the bench.
He knew. As
I did get a screenshot of the ticket.
Yeah.
But I thought it was only a ticket for Dominique.
Nah.
He sent a
You
screenshot of a
thought-
single ticket.
hold on, you thought,
in a
hey,
group
got your
chat.
tickets
What
to
an
the game.
old move.
Well, so I wasn't.
Yeah, like a paper ticket. Hold on.
no, it was a
That is an
screenshot.
old
It was
move
a
to
screenshot.
take a picture of the ticket and send it off.
It was a screenshot.
Look what I get to do.
Baby
Like,
Billy
bro,
Foxworth
just
over here.
text me you're going
Go
to
on,
the
man.
game, Nick.
You tried. Oh, it wasn't me. I told you I didn't buy the tickets. It was Golf who took the screenshot.
So the
Okay.
text,
That
like,
checks
I
out,
wasn't.
too.
I wasn't
That
like.
checks out.
I wasn't with my phone for the hour they were discussing if they should buy tickets. And Dominique was like, "Yeah, get one. Charlie's not around right now, so I didn't assume that one was got for me."
So golf. This is how I know, man. All them fly ass suits and handkerchiefs and all that stuff and the bracelets. Now I know. Oh, that's where it goes. I thought it was just merely he was just stashing it all for a rainy day. Nope. He's buying damn near floor.
What T-shirt you got under that Nike tag?
Oh, I've been waiting for someone to ask.
Okay.
There you go. I've worn this before on the show.
Letitia, you were at a strip club last night. Make a note.
You think? Hold on. You
right.
think? Guess what?
11:45.
Sounds like someone didn't get the reference.
This is the DMX.
DMX?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
See,
Which is why I think
These
that's
are my brothers.
exactly why he said what he said.
I think
Hold on.
I know. the
No.
reference.
It was honestly, I was
The
concerned.
song wasn't about strippers.
Well, I
It
mean,
wasn't, but it was about the women. and,
What?
You know, you go into that's a conversation
That song,
starter.
hold
at a
on,
strip
that song
club.
was about the women.
That's a strip club conversation
Yeah,
starter.
that is.
Who could have guessed that the song called "What These Bitches Want"?
It's a masterclass on deflection.
That's also sexist to assume that song is about women. By the way,
It's actually
you're not gonna get me.
It's about the socioeconomic crisis going on in America.
Could have been about breeding dogs.
Yep. All right.
It's a lot of dogs and all of one
Now I need a
gender.
list of the most updated Miami strip clubs, Billy. If you get a chance, just shoot
King
that
of Diamonds does not exist anymore. Let me
Okay,
just-
not KOD.
Yeah,
Not here.
KOD, RIP.
Really?
RIP to KOD.
It's a Cadillac dealership now.
Yep.
What?
Jeez,
Look at you guys. You guys are old. You're like, oh.
That's impressive. That's smart.
that
That's a
ruins
good
like
transition.
6 of my favorite songs.
Good transition right there to go from KOD.
You
to
saw
Cadillac.
T. Morant.
I did.
Did you see him after the game?
Oh.
Define after the game.
Did you guys hang out?
At the club.
I didn't hang
Did
out
you
with
go out
I
with
didn't hang
T.
out with T.
Morant?
No. But I did see T.
You say define
talk to
after
him.
the game.
Yeah.
You did see
after
him.
the game.
I saw him. I talked to him.
When the
and
game was over.
Did you see him in a different location than the arena?
Then the arena.
That's a yes.
No.
Nope,
I
it's
didn't.
too late. You don't think about that.
I
That's
have
not
to think.
something you.
Look,
Do I answer this question truthfully?
Yeah, that's what
Ponder.
he was-
I see a lot of people. What can I do? I got to go through. Oh,
Nah, you got
was he one of the people? No, he
All right.
wasn't.
I think we're getting somewhere. I'm just gonna.
Also, let's assume I did.
Okay.
What's wrong with that?
Nobody said
Nobody's
anything was
saying-
wrong.
You're
so
kind of. I don't know.
defensive.
I don't know.
So
I know how
defensive.
cops do, man. And
Did you eat this morning?
did I eat this morning?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
He
I,
drank.
He had
I
to think
I
about
would-
that.
I would eat here.
Could we get him some Chick-fil-A in here?
Oh, hold on. Now.
That's how you get him to
Okay,
talk.
hold on now.
Could we get just a little meal in here for Amin? We're just gonna keep this conversation going. You hungry?
So for the
Yeah.
melanin deficient friends of ours who are watching this show, there's this television program called First 48.
They
It's
know
it's
what first.
White people
They-
not allowed to watch
I was
They
that?
gonna
don't
say
know
that.
it. They don't have it. There's two shows that were mainstream shows when created, but somehow black people loved, and the rest of America was like, oh, I don't know what the deal is. Number one,
race deflection. I like what you're
That's
doing.
you got all
know
the
what?
moves.
He's digging
Man,
deep
It's
in
a
his
master
bag.
class.
You wanna be
This
on-
man is in
Hey,
his bag.
Are you on my side or are you on the other side? Let me hear- So number one is First 48, right? Which is what everything Hawk is doing today is all straight out of First 48. Number two is To Catch a Predator. When I tell you that this on Sundays from like 2011 to like 2014 dominated the lives of me and every person I knew who was of color. But the white people are like, what's the catchphrase? I'm like, what do you mean? You don't know what Chris Hansen is?
I don't like that take.
When did you have a cigar?
It's a bad take. I thought you were gonna go with what are you carbonara?
Why don't you have a
effect?
seat?
Talk about that one. a lot.
No, Carbonara Effect, it's not, it's the people on it, not the people watching it. White people love watching Carbonara Effect.
You cold?
Carbonara was always going after tricking black
Get him a
people.
blanket
That's you know why? Because we emote. We emote. White people, you do those tricks on them like, oh my gosh. That's all they get. Like black person,
You need
like,
a
oh
cigarette?
Jesus.
The difference is between a black and a white funeral.
Can we get a cigarette in here for Amin? Just relax, man. Look, I know it wasn't your fault. I get it. Look, I mean, I think things happen.
He's dressed like a cop. That's
Your
the crazy
alarm-
part.
Yeah, that's true. You need a badge.
That's
Okay,
where
if
his
your
hat
alarm didn't go off.
and the vest, the
I will
tactical
turn
vest.
this around and turn into an undercover.
No, you're
You're
all
Malik Yoba.
No, you did. That was amazing.
I'm trying to be
terrified.
young. Like, listen, man.
I had
know
an
it
instant
wasn't
reaction.
your fault. I know there's a bunch. You were out last night. Things happen.
I've been
you run
young
into some
before.
old friends. That's normal. It's South Beach after a John Morant game. He's putting hand blickies all over section 606.
Did y'all have a problem with that, by the way?
Not really.
Not really.
Damn, he's good.
I'm okay with
He
it.
is so,
I
he's
don't think so.
excellent.
Did you have a problem
Oh,
with
wait,
it?
hold on. He's excellent at trying to do show as opposed to just talk about my life? Yeah. I think I'm pretty good at it.
What is so amazing. So amazing. The deflection. And also, like, you try to take credit for doing good things when we are just making gold out of the fact that you overslept and you're not Iron Man like you told us you were.
I'm absolutely Iron Man. What are you talking about?
Okay, I got a question. Away from all of this.
Yeah.
I want to get to Tony about his bracket challenge in a
Oh,
second.
you want to do
However,
show?
before-
Amazing, huh?
No, before,
Yeah, we got sponsors to do.
How about that?
Before-
the sponsors don't want to sponsor this one.
Before we get to that, straightforward question for you. Yes or no? Has anything ever been your fault?
Absolutely.
There we go. All right, Tony, bracket challenge.
Guys, Jimmy John's bracket challenge. I'm excited to say I'm perfect.
What?
The second chance bracket, I'm absolutely perfect. All number one seeds into the Final Four.
Wow.
I've got Florida on one side. I've got Duke on the other side. Duke winning. Me and about, I'm trying to think. So the top prize for the Jimmy John's second chance bracket is $500. The problem is me and 500 other people are also perfect. So we're all splitting $1 right now. So I don't know how much I'm going to make, but hopefully we stay perfect throughout the entire thing. I make $5, $6.
Tony's Toasted Bracket Bragging Challenge is sponsored by Jimmy John's. They're finally here and they're hot. Try the new toasted sandwiches at Jimmy John's. Order one today.
Question.
Crazy bragging. I'm updating what my bracket is. It's insane.
Tony's take, I'm perfect. Amin's take on why he was late, I'm perfect. Got it.
I've heard this bit before, this segment before. It's the Toasted Challenge. All of a sudden, bragging was introduced.
Toasted
that come from?
Bracket Bragging update.
The bragging.
Because he was bragging. That was me throwing a little.
That was so you editorialized.
That was me
Yes.
Burbying it.
That was, I was worried that Jimmy John's was like, Tony likes to brag. I was like, oh, okay,
Part of the
sponsor.
sponsorship.
You give us money, we'll talk about your brand. You don't editorialize on my guys. That's where I was at. But now I know it's Chris. Jimmy John's my bad. You're
What
good.
do you attribute your perfection to? Is there something about your basketball
Picking the best
eye?
teams, yeah.
Right, but I mean, I'm saying, how did you know? Was there something? I'm just giving you a chance.
No,
to-
yeah, I'm saying picking the best teams.
Yeah,
Like that's
pick the
literally
best-
all it
okay,
is.
he's
Like
telling
So
Duke,
it wasn't
Florida.
like an understanding of a specific matchup. College basketball is like, hey, them good, them bad, give me the good one.
Basically, like we've talked about on the show, like March Madness as a collective is great. When you watch the individual games, you start realizing college basketball kind of sucks, right? But then you start looking at the great teams. Florida's got a really good player in Clayton. Duke is obviously incredible. Houston's a great team. Auburn,
Yeah.
with
Who you picked?
with Johnny Broom. Like it's pretty easy to see who the great teams are and now why they're in the Final Four. Obviously, there's only going to be 2 left, and at the end, only 1 left, and I think it's going to be Duke. But picking the best 4 teams usually doesn't work, except this year when they're so much far and ahead better than every other team.
Sounds good logic.
Adam Silver, I was thinking about him last night and also thinking about you.
Yeah.
When Adam
No,
Silver,
you weren't thinking about me last night. You're thinking about me today, but last night, clearly, not a thought.
I was thinking about you after
Yeah,
the game.
After I saw you.
Yeah, no. It was after the game.
You want to hold on? Everyone's like, "Oh, I bet Amin looks tired." Like yesterday, I was tired. I was dragging. I'm walking through. I go down those million steps from the media seats down to the floor to get back to the tunnel. And as I'm walking, I see Taylor Rooks. Right, that's my friend. So
Superstar.
I do my little funny business with Taylor. Hey, I make a joke,
Don't
whatever.
know what that means, but go ahead.
Write that down.
What are you guys?
Yeah,
what are you guys doing?
put that
What are you
down.
doing?
It's a weird way to
What are we
describe
doing?
whatever the hell it is you did. I do my funny business.
Yeah,
Like,
like-
what is this, Roger Rabbit?
No, I mean,
what are we talking about?
Okay, so I am a little bit of a cartoon character.
Are you?
Okay. With my media friends.
Okay.
Right. Not with y'all, because you can't be trusted with the real me. So like, that's
You've been on Cinephobe.
There you go.
Been on Cinephobe.
So
you would get.
As I turn away, as Taylor's walking, and I turn around, I see the first person I saw was Goff, and Goff looked guilty as shit. He's like, and I was like, man, what do you do? I thought, man, you know what? Guys, one night in Miami, whatever. Like, hey, man, what's up? And then I turn, and I look at this smug bastard right here. And he did, you know what really hit me hard? Was that Goff had the shock and shame, like, shit, we're here, and we didn't invite him in. Dominique was just like, hey, man, what you doing here?
Hey, how'd you get here?
I had no guilt.
Nonchalant as F. And I was just like, this guy is.
Did it drive you to drink?
I don't get driven to drink.
I'm confused. I'm confused about why you think
Let
I
me
should
see
have
your
some.
Uber.
You think I should have some chalant? Like, there's no reason to have chalant in that moment. It's proper to be nonchalant. Like, I didn't buy the tickets. I was invited. I'm at a game that you're working at. Why the hell
You
should I
didn't
have
know
some
I was.
chalant?
Hold on. You didn't know I was working though.
I didn't buy the tickets, Amin.
There was an extra because Charlie said no, and at no point did y'all literally said we would rather have an empty seat than to check what Amin's doing. I mean, you're the only
empty
one.
seat is implied. I mean,
You're the only one. There's everybody in this building could be offended by this, but you're the only one that's actually offended. We did not know Charlie wasn't coming. We knew Charlie was going to do a dinner with his in-laws, and he may be back in time. Amin's friend didn't make it there until, Goff's friend didn't make it there until midway through the third quarter. Charlie could have been coming then too, but that's not where I was trying to go. I was steering away from the drunk talk detective work and going towards something that made me think of you, and that I've heard you be critical of Adam Silver's lack of David Sterniness.
I'm gonna be
pass.
critical of your lack of ability to discern between me and Goff.
What?
You said Amin's friend was there. Oh, I mean Goff's friend. We all look alike, don't we?
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah,
And also,
sure.
don't step on my investigation. That's the
I
only thing.
apologize. All right.
Obstruction of justice.
Thank
I
you.
was trying to give you some time to connect the dots.
pieces
See,
together.
see how he foisted it on you?
Yarn
He's
board.
blaming you. He's like, I was trying to give you time. I was trying to help you out, but you're welcome. That's what he's doing. That doesn't sound like a good partner. I'm just saying.
I was a little offended that I didn't get offered.
You didn't get offered
to
either.
go out, whatever the big dinner was the other night.
I
never even got
great
a
dinner.
text.
Hold on.
I heard the dinner was awesome.
You want to feel? You want to feel worse? You want to
Yeah,
feel worse?
I do. That's exactly what
Yes,
I woke
Phil.
up this morning thinking.
I guess you'd feel better. I feel worse. So I haven't been invited to anything, but I did get texts asking, "Hey, where would you recommend we go to dinner?"
That is a
that's
wild,
ridiculous. What'd you say?
ridiculous.
That it was bath
Truth.
time for his kids and gave no recommendations.
Well, hours later, I
To
was
not
like,
be invited to the team
Where
dinner.
should we go?
But hey, Billy, where do you think is a good spot for like friends and coworkers that really care about each other to have a good dinner?
You want to hear the wild part? I didn't even know anything. Like, even though I said, hey, guys, let's meet up, and they're like, oh, we're tired, whatever, we could meet on Wednesday. On Thursday, I'm sitting here, I'm getting makeup done, and Jesse, who does our makeup, was like, so how was XYZ restaurant last night? I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, that's where you guys went, right? I'm like,
Oh, wait,
we're
this
like-
just clicked for me.
I
There's jealousy that there's a relationship with the namesake host of a show. They don't get this, that me and Dominique get to just hang out on the side.
No.
All the time.
It's not that.
Crazy.
It's, hey,
It's ridiculous.
you ever want to fire that flare in the sky, buddy?
Nah.
I mean, to be clear, I'll be more than willing to take responsibility if I hurt anyone's feelings. Certainly was my intent. That's on me. That's my bad.
Was your intent?
I should have. Was not my
Oh, I
intent.
thought you said certainly was my intent. I was like,
I
damn.
should have invited more people to do more things. I will say though, I would like you to also take responsibility in that
For?
you, the night that we all went out, you reach out to Goff and you ask Goff what's up. We're sitting at dinner with Goff, and Goff is like, Amin's texting us, are we going to another spot? At no point did you reach out to me.
I
At no
did.
point did
It was a group
anybody
text.
reach out to me
It was a group
directly.
text. Me, you, and Goff.
After the original check to Goff. This is boring. No one wants to hear about this.
Really?
This will be the fourth
Real?
time.
Oh, wow, this is boring.
The fourth time that
Yeah?
I've tried to pivot to
You've done
something.
2 hours
where
of
you get-
show based on my life, and now it's about your
We
life.
thought
That
you
was
were
boring.
dead for the first hour.
We
though.
did. We legit thought that you kicked the can.
Dog, let me tell you
and
something.
we were trying to figure out how
You
we
want to
would get
take
pictures with
over and
Michael Jordan.
steamroll. It's the most outrageous thing is you were late. We laughed at you for being late. Every time I steer the show in a direction that we can talk about actual sports content, you steer it back to this. That's no longer interesting. I'm happy to do it. Are you going to say something interesting about it? Go ahead, by all means.
I steered it back into this?
Yes.
How?
We got tape. Every time I said, I thought about you in the Adam Silver take.
You said I thought about you.
You turned it back in the direction.
Because you said
But
you
go
thought
ahead,
about me.
by all means, Amin, please make this interesting.
It's your show, brother.
All right, as I mentioned before.
Hold on, Dominique. There's a lot of stuff. You guys are looking way too deep into my boy right here.
Yeah,
A lot of pocket watching on Amin, a lot of seeing stuff like
A
that.
lot of pocket watching.
You know what?
What's up?
Don't look now. But
Yes.
oh,
It's time
Yeah.
for a new game. Don't look now.
Both of y'all gonna be blindfolded for this?
Got to be. Can't look.
I mean, stop looking.
seriously, stop looking. Is there a liner? I can't see it.
Don't Look Now is presented by Smirnoff, the world's #1 vodka. Please drink responsibly.
Don't look now, boys. But Joe Milton, Dallas Cowboy. What'd you think of that trade, Dominique?
I definitely can look at that.
Don't look.
He's
Close
looking.
your eyes.
Don't look at
no,
it.
no,
Don't look
no,
at
no,
it.
no.
Just
What if-
think about it.
I feel like I can look at that. I think that's something worth looking at.
No, the point
because
is don't look.
Okay, I'm
Podcast
about to close my eyes. I close my eyes. My bad. All right, Hawk. What do you think about it?
I like it.
Thank you.
That's
He likes him.
I like them. That's what we wanted.
Joe Milton is not taking over for Dak Prescott at any time in the
But
near
he-
future.
but-
Dak's injured
but he
every
might.
year.
Thank
Bazooka
you.
Joe.
They need a backup quarterback. Cooper Rush played like 65 games the last couple of years. Don't look now. Cardinals just made Trey McBride the highest paid tight end in the league. Thoughts? I mean,
Arizona.
yeah, your hometown team.
My guys. COD. Shout out to Kyler Murray. Trey McBride is his name?
Yes.
That's the most generic build-a-player name I've ever heard in my life. Trey McBride. You know what? No, actually, no, it's not a video game name. You know what it is? It's a movie. It's a rom-com, and Trey McBride plays for the Arizona Thunder Snakes or whatever, something like that. That's what it is.
He does sound like a former like a former player who's a broadcaster.
Trey McBride
That's
on the
gonna be
call,
great.
along with
It
Jason
also
Storm.
I feel like it's kind of a investment into Kyler Murray because they have such good chemistry. It's like a security blanket that it's almost like, hey, we want to make sure we keep Kyler happy, which is kind of, I don't know.
Dominique, are you looking?
He's not looking now.
Okay, thank you.
Not now.
How about K1? How about throw the ball into the end zone with Trey McBride? He had 3 touchdowns. One of them was a fumble that he recovered in the end zone. Throw in the end zone. How about that?
Also, Marvin Harrison Jr. Let's give him some.
Also true.
let me tell you
You know
something.
what? K1, you got to figure it out. Got a lot of weapons out there.
What else you got?
Geno Smith, $75 million extension with the Raiders.
Shout out to Geno.
Something or nothing. Also, Amin, a great call by Amin.
Yeah. I mean, look, you want to talk about sports.
Do they know about that?
I don't know if they do. They probably don't.
I don't. What does that mean?
Oh, Amin, tell him.
What does that mean?
So, when Geno Smith signed with the Seahawks, I think it was his first year or his second year in the Seahawks, we had a show in the offseason where I said Geno's about to kill it. It was the first year after Russell Wilson left, so it was Geno's first year, and I said he's about to kill it. And a bunch of people on the show, most loud of them was Chris Whittingham, were like, "Oh, you're out of your mind." And I said, he's going to throw for 30,000, what was it?
You said, I think, 4,000 yards,
4,000
30
yards,
touchdowns.
30 touchdowns. And like, I called his exact stat line the season before it happened.
How?
God, you just got it like that.
I guess because I was oversleeping and then having too much to drink with T. Morant. That's how I got it done. Ain't that right, Bill?
Saw it in a dream?
The dreams, man. What else, Tony?
Oh, sorry. It's time to look. You got to look before you don't look because last time I was here, we had a sex expert named April Lampard on. And so I decided to have her back on this time. We are up against the clock, but we have one very, very important question for you, April. So thank you for joining us. How does lack of sleep impact a man's sexual performance?
Oh, well, great question, and good morning, everyone. So, sleep is one of the most important things that we can do for ourselves, right? And if you're tired, guess what's going to follow being tired? Your penis. Most likely, if your brain's not responding to things, your penis is not going to respond. And yes, y'all, you do think with your penis a lot of times, right? And not your brain.
April, that was an excellent answer to the question because what I zeroed in on was you said was if you're tired. What if you're not tired?
Well, so if you get lack of sleep but you're not tired, okay, so I would think those things would go hand in hand. However, that just means maybe your diet needs to be adjusted because everything that you put into your body and everything you want to put your body into, you have to make sure that it's balanced and full of nutrition. So think about what you eat. If you're eating like a diet full of a bunch of dairy and things that weigh you down, even if you have enough sleep and you're not tired, that also could make your penis tired.
What if the penis isn't tired though either?
Well, I thought the question was
I'm sorry,
about being tired and your sex drive.
I don't know if you know this idiom, but it's called hit dog gon' holla. That is what the idiom is called. I got another question.
No dog was hit. I missed the dog. The dog is living its life.
First of all, I want to give you a chance to tell people where they can find you and promote your own show. And then I want to ask you another question, but please go ahead, April.
Give me all the questions, and I'm April. I am from the Shameless Sex podcast. I'm an author, and you can find all of our things at shamelesssex.com. We do retreats and all sorts of fun things, and I love being on your show. Thanks for having me.
No problem.
And hit me with all the questions. I'm here for you.
What is something that guys get wrong most about sex?
I would say the thought of that it's all about the orgasm. It doesn't have to end in orgasm for either of the folks involved, right? If you're wanting to please someone, don't think about the end result. Think about what's happening during the experience. And if orgasm happens, think of that as a bonus, not the total objective.
Yes.
Now,
I like that take. That's going to be good for me. Going forward, we're gonna.
Can we clip that? Clip it and email it to everyone we know.
A lot of guys in the group chat are gonna be like, "See, I told you."
Well, what happens when you get into your head, right? If you get into your head, then you are just thinking about what's going to happen. So you're not even enjoying yourself. Like, think about all the senses that are involved, not just penetration.
Yes. What is the best thing a guy can focus on to enhance his own sexual performance?
I would say think about every moment that you're experiencing. I know it sounds like really wooey or whatever, but think about the presence. What are you smelling? What are you tasting? What is your body? What are you feeling? Just get out of your head and get in, like tap into your penis, tap into yourself.
Tap in.
This is, you know why I like her? Because I've never had anyone tell me to tap in more into my penis. It's usually the opposite. It's like, I mean, get out of your penis. Like, all right, my bad.
What do you recommend? This is not for me. This is for a friend of mine. What do you recommend?
It's for you.
If you happen to not perform up to what you want to, do you just go with a classic "I'm sorry"? Or is there something more humor I can bring into that? What do you recommend there?
Good question.
Not you, your friend.
Yeah, my friend.
A friend of his.
Okay, well, I hate to answer a question with a question. However, it's a bit subjective, right? Because if you think about it, what's too short or too long? If it's too short for you or too long for you, what about with the person you're hooking up with? Maybe it's just the right amount of time for them. Or so I think getting out of your head. Look, this is really important to remember again and again. And I know it's that simple and it sounds too simple. However, it's true, because if all you're thinking about is, am I lasting long enough? Or did I just come too fast? Then what's going to happen? It's not going to help your longevity at all. So it's about just connecting and knowing that, like, have confidence in what you're doing, and you don't have to apologize. If you want to turn it into a joke, be like, yo, that was good for me. How was it for you?
Yeah.
Oh, I've done that one. No, I mean, he's done that one. Yeah, he's done that one.
Yeah.
All right, April, thank you so much for joining us. If there's one parting secret, I feel like, I'm sorry, Amin.
I had a question. What about the performance of males who have visible undergarments under their knit shirts? Does that help or hinder the performance?
Okay, so you're saying if they have just underwear?
Just you look in your Zoom right now.
Just look at you. He's trying to make fun of me, but go right ahead. He's saying, like, if someone is dressed like this, should you anticipate that they will have an awful performance, mediocre performance, tremendous performance?
You're pretty good at this. That's a good one.
I would think that so I like what you're wearing. The vibe, at least what I can see, that looks great. The little mesh with some tank top action underneath. I think
knit,
that's
not
good.
mesh.
Little skin.
Knit, not mesh. I think that it shows that you have a lot of courageous attitude towards life, and that you're probably going to be great in the sack because you're probably adventurous.
Yeah.
So I would say, let's go. Let's see what you got.
I've also found, April, that what my kind of secret move is to listen. I got to listen. It's before. People think sex starts when you enter the bedroom.
Okay.
But my experience has been, it's
early.
happening all the time. You gotta listen. You gotta lead up.
You gotta lead up.
It's all about anticipation.
I want to give you a mind orgasm.
Yeah, it's all about anticipation, preparation, perspiration, penetration.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like that last one. I was on a roll, and the last one threw it off.
Who'd you
Or
listen
did
to?
you
I
like
think
it?
you should come on our show and talk about this because I love
Don't
this
you
advice.
tempt me with a good time, April. Tell me when. I'll be there. I'm going to bring my friend Amin, too.
Who'd you listen to?
Y'all are welcome.
Don't
Whoever's
put it in the
twerking
morning.
on the wall back there needs to come too.
Hey.
For real.
Yeah, let's go.
Who'd you listen to before you dressed like an extra from Shottas?
That was funny.
Last question, April. For a guy who, maybe for a friend of mine who is described as being too big, right? What could they do to make
Hypothetical.
sure that everybody leaves, the situation for, him and his wife, like
Take a step back.
feeling like they've had a good time?
Thanks, Hawk.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
I
my
have something
friend,
to
Chris.
share with you all. That's kind of so. Yes, there is such a thing as too big or not the right size. There's also a thing as big vaginas versus smaller vaginas. For real, right? Shallow vaginas. So if you are too big, there are like these bumpers you could put on your cock.
Really?
So it could kind of stop shorter than hitting like the cervix.
Bumpers.
However,
Okay.
sometimes it might not be the right fit, and if it hurts someone continuously, you might have to find another human. I say that
She was gonna
with
say another hole.
or another hole, yes, with consent. I concur that could be a good way to find a solution. However, you don't want them always walking with a limp, So it's good to maybe go slow, and then if it is too big, you could work up to it. Things can adjust to each other eventually. However, sometimes if it is just too big, then I don't want to give you bad news though. There's no such thing. I think everybody's great the way they are.
Yeah. Thank you, April.
You make us feel so confident. Thank you so much.
My friend
April.
says thank you for that advice.
Bumpers, huh?
All right, you guys can go find April on
Like
her.
bowling.
Buy her books, listen to her podcast, which I'm going to be a guest on. Somebody make sure we make that happen because I can't wait to tell all my secrets.
Charlie,
so everybody can be as
somebody.
great as me. Thank you so much, April. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, April.
All right, Amin, did we learn anything?
Yeah, we learned apparently you went to Bimini last night.
So you think Shottas is a bad movie?
I think it's a hilarious movie. I don't know if I would call it a great movie, as you said under your breath.
Oh yeah, no, Shottas is great, man. I see. So I think I have this issue with people oftentimes is when we're talking about a product, whether it's a movie or it's food or it's a restaurant or whatever, you grade on one scale.
Yeah.
For what Shottas is, I was going through Amazon looking for something to watch with my wife a couple of days ago, and she was astonished by the shows that had 5 stars. Some of the shows that
Like
had
what?
all 5 stars. I don't remember. There was
Meet
just a
the
bunch
Browns?
of shows. It's something like that, but just a bunch of shows. Like, it felt like all the shows on there had 5 stars, and I was like, no, they know the assignment. Like, the people who are showing up to see this show, and when I turned on Shottas, I knew what I wanted to see. And Shottas gave me everything that I wanted to see.
wanted.
Yeah. And when I walk around in this sexy shirt, I'm advertising what you're going to get, and you're going to get it.
Hawk, you seen Shottas?
I have not seen Shottas since high school, since college.
Wait, so you have seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like
It's one of those
in and
things,
out,
yeah. It's a long time ago. It's not memorable.
Not sure if he's seen it actually.
Yeah, no, it's like a hood classic.
I was waiting for Hawk to say, I've seen it, but Chris hasn't. Can you tell Chris what it's
Seen of it.
So we had this discussion yesterday or maybe 2 days ago. It was about Paid in Full and how Paid in Full is the ultimate Two Americas movie because people of a certain America have all seen it and can recite it and recite it gleefully. And then other people are like Charlie, are like, what's Paid in Full? Now you
still don't know.
Self-claimed, right? That you grew up. No, I'm just saying. Like,
Are you going to say self-claimed black man?
No.
Oh, okay.
The opposite. Self-claimed that you've lived amongst.
I lived amongst all the peeps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in your experience, Paid in Full, is it a Two Americas movie?
Yeah, Paid in Full was
Really?
a Two Americas movie.
So, like, your friends in high school weren't like, hey.
They weren't like.
No
Everybody
Money
Eats
Mitch? No?
Me. Nah. That's a Two Americas movie.
Wow,
Most of the Rockefeller movie catalog is a Two Americas.
But that was a real movie.
Because even Kevin Hart, who is
Paper
like
Soldiers?
Paper Soldiers.
Exactly. Like I know Kevin Hart from Paper Soldiers. That's when I'm introduced to Kevin Hart.
Soul Plane? Kevin Hart?
You know,
Skinny Kevin Hart. Remember that?
If
Steak prop.
Beanie Siegel's in it, it ain't for y'all, Chris. That's all. we going to the club next where we will find a lot of people, probably Amin,